Hey guys, how's it going? It's X666X Iron Maiden. Today we're back with some more Lovebites. This is Glory to the World. Alright, so we're back again with more Lovebites. You guys wanted more, I wanted more, so we're checking out more. This one is Glory to the World, which is going to be part of what seems to be, they call it a mini album, EP, whatever you want to call it, which is also called, it's called Glory to the World. So it's actually, I find it a little weird to have the track name be different from the actual EP's name, because usually, you know what I mean, usually you put out a title, usually the title track would have the exact same name, but they changed it. By weird, I mean like it's weird because it doesn't normally happen, not in a bad way. It's actually kind of it's kind of cool. They just kind of flipped it a little bit because it's something that I would notice, because I noticed these small details. It's more normal to have the title track be the same name as the album. So anyway, this one just dropped the other day. This EP, by the way, in case I didn't say it already, March 10th is when it comes out. I always like to mention when these albums are coming out, so I'm sure you can probably pre-order it right now. I'm assuming a lot of the text and description is not in English, so you'd have to go check for yourself on that one. So anyway, let's get into it. I want to hear this. It's been a little bit since we listened to them, so gotta get my fix. Looks like I'll get it too. Almost 7 minutes long. So I had to make sure I had it in the highest quality possible. Okay, because I knew it was going to drop. Can we just talk about how beautiful just the first 45 seconds are? Just the build up to the actual song with that intro is just A1. And this is the first track on this mini album. I'll call it what they called it, a mini album instead of EP. So you can just tell just by that starting with all the orchestration and all that, which definitely sounded like it was all electronic orchestra. It didn't sound like a real orchestra, but it's a mini album. I wouldn't expect anyone to splurge on an actual orchestra for this. Plus, from what you guys have been telling me, a bunch of the members in the band are trained on piano and other instruments other than the ones that they're currently using. So I imagine, you know, they have some. They can probably do a few of these things on their own too. You know, like nowadays keyboard synthesizers are basically the same thing. You have them pretty much connected to almost the same keyboard at this point. They are still, a lot of people still separate them, but I'm pretty sure there's some keyboards you can get now that have synthesizers built in. So it's something they could probably do on their own as well. But mind you, the size of the band, they probably get that done. Post-production is probably someone else, but it could be them doing it, possibly. You guys can let me know if you know details about that. Let's continue. They're about to start. Start they did.
Everything around us, we're falling to death.
All right. Seems like I gotta stop whenever I can with these. Every single time I'm reacting to them, I find it's so hard to find a spot to stop to talk about them because they just keep going. And what I mean they keep going, I mean like there's no breaks in there anywhere, even for like a second, where I feel like I can pause it, or I'm cutting in over either vocals or changing guitar. There's always something going on, which is nice. Man, is she destroying it on that kit right now. She's going on on that kit. I know she has like a little like almost like a ninja star looking thing she could spin on it just for fun. I don't know if that's actually in any way a symbol. It looks more like just decoration. She can just like hit it as a thing. And all in all, it just reminds me of Lovebites, man. Like it's the same from the other two we heard. They're just all in. As soon as they came in fast and heavy right off the bat. Just rock it out, and I really enjoy that a lot. But the standout is definitely her on the kit for me, and that probably, as someone who has been drummed in the past, I mean, never in a band, but I did have my own kit and played a decent amount in the past back like 5 years ago when I didn't have a family and had somewhere where I could actually play, where I wasn't going to be disturbing people. I think it just draws me in every hearing her just go. She just goes. She's like a little, she has so much energy. It's great. It's great. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, we'll go back to make sure we catch that change up in the song. Man, she has such powerful vocals. As soon as she hits those big notes, man, she really shows off. But I also want to say that I notice her stamina as well, because she's basically singing the whole time, like very fast in her phrases, and that takes a lot of breath control to do that and not get winded. Obviously, this is a music video, but I've obviously also seen that she's completely capable live of performing her songs, since we've already seen them live, so I'm well aware of the fact that she can do that. So I know that even here, if this whole song was done live, she would be able to rock that. I noticed this time around, too, I was trying to pay attention more to the instruments as well. There's a lot of like really cool riffage going on here with a little bit of what... I guess the way I say it is like a little bit of fills here and there, where they just add a little touch to each riff, and I just noticed it more this time around, which is really nice. And just the pace of the song, man, it's just like full on your face, but it sounds like it's about to change, according to her snare roll she was doing there a second ago. So let's continue and hear that, because I'm super interested in hearing that. Oh, I love that. Okay. Solos are amazing, as expected. I can't say much other than that. But the sections right after the solo, where they just were playing basically in unison, she was following along on the bass. Not exactly what they were playing, but she was keeping, in that same rhythm pattern they were. It was just so cool. It was so cool. There is one thing about this track that I'm noticing, and that's why I was pressing on my headphones to get even closer, is like the bass is really low in the mix. I can hear her. I just wish I could hear more. I'm someone who loves bass. There's always the joke about the bass is like the player you pick on the most in the whole band. For me, a bassist holds a band together, just like a drummer. They're both go together to hold it together. So to me, there's no making fun of a bassist. Plus, I know some bassists that can outplay most guitarists on the planet, like Mohini Day. We have Victor Wooten. Like, you have all these amazing bassists out there proven otherwise. So the old joke doesn't stick with me, man. I love bassists, and I really wish that her bass was turned up in this mix. I'm sure if they played this live, you would hear it a lot better, though. So one day, hopefully, we'll get to check it out, played live. And I'll enjoy it more. Maybe even it might even just be YouTube. YouTube does that sometimes, I find, as well. Once this releases, I'm hoping it'll be on Spotify or something. I'll be able to find it somewhere as the official track, and it might be different as well. But yeah, I just find it's a little low. That's just that could just be to my likings, but I really enjoy being able to hear bass clear as day, and I find that I really have to listen over those two guitars. The guitars seem like they're higher in the mix, and that would be the only thing. And that might not even be them. That could be a production thing. It might not even be completely their choice. It could be YouTube, like I said. So that's just nitpicking, basically, though, because I could still hear when I'm really listening. So everything still sounds amazing, man. Like this is an amazing track. Let's continue. Before they just finish it off, this will probably be the last pause. For some reason now I feel like I can hear the bass better. So I don't know if it was just that section with the solos and stuff where they just maybe turned up the guitars. Maybe it's just me hearing stuff. It's completely possible too, but I felt like I could hear the bass even on part of the guitar there. So I kind of retract my last statement to the same degree. Man, does she have a powerful voice though. While we're stopped, like just when she really wants to belt. She belts, man, and man, it sounds really cool, the track right now, man. Like, just the little fills that they throw in guitars and stuff, even in the middle of like her vocal phrases, are just spot on. Yeah. Beautiful. Alrighty. And yeah, I think it's just credits. Oh, no. It's still part of the video. It waited so long, I thought it was over right there. Alright, now it should be over. Yeah. That was cool, man. That was a really well put together song. It's also it's really nice to hear. Oh, this is interesting. Before I go into that, actually, mixed by Mikko Karmila and mastered by Mika Susila in Finnvox Studios in Helsinki, Finland. Now, they're playing out of Japan, but they sent the mix to Finland. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. I don't know that studio or the two people I just named, so maybe some of you actually who know what, if that's of importance, let me know. If it was for a reason, as in the reason being like it's a really well-known studio and it's really worth going there to have it mixed and stuff. This song, like I said, it just really shows off their skills really well, I find. It's just a really well-written song that mixes what you want to hear from heavy metal. There's elements of a classical feel to it. The class, like, I don't want to go like to Yngwie Malmsteen levels of classical, not to that degree, but you have little elements of that style mixed in with your typical heavy metal. Obviously, you can always hear the little bit of influence of Iron Maiden a little bit in there, especially on bass, because obviously she's the huge Iron Maiden fan. I could definitely hear where there's some elements in there that was Iron Maiden-esque, but not so much as the actual song they did there that we did last time that was completely made as like a tribute to Iron Maiden. And they just look like they're going to become a very powerful force over time across the planet. I'm really hoping this Japanese scene will explode to North America as well. This is the thing that I'm noticing with North America is there is people here, there's a decent amount of people listening to this stuff and enjoying it, but there's a lot of people that hate this type of music as well, and I do believe, unfortunately, I think it also comes down to racism to a certain degree. That one's not the big one, though. I think the big one is the fact that people can't relate to the fact that it's, Japanese instead of English. They're like, oh, why would I want to listen to something from Japan? That's not my language, kind of thing. Which is okay. It's just that it makes it seem like it's going to be a lot harder for groups like this that are obviously clearly amazing and deserve the recognition worldwide to be distinguished to that degree. And I hope I'm wrong with that. I really do hope I'm wrong, and that one day we can finally get over this and have groups from all over the planet like this and just explode. Be recognized, as much as all the bands in the past. That would just be amazing. I really hope that happens. I hope I'm completely wrong. And that is just from like what I've seen over the internet, man. If you're not following Loudwire or Metal Sucks and seen the comments on any time anything comes up that's not American, that's like BTS or anything that's heavy metal or rock related from Japan, oh man, the comments are brutal. But you have to also remember there's a lot of metal elitists that follow those groups, and you just gotta shut it off in your head. You're like, just remember that's not everyone. But it does show that there is a huge group of the population that is against this, and I think they do that without even really diving in, and that's going to be their problem. We'll just keep enjoying them like we have been. Yeah, we definitely will. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed checking this one out with me. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to see when I'm going to be dropping new videos. Don't forget to go and check out this album that drops on March 10th. And as always, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you later.